Welcome back, students. We are going to be looking into a more in-depth look when we're painting, specifically with different types of colors. As I spoke before, we have different kinds of families within different colors. They are grouped together based on these family names, kind of like we talked about, like the last names. Fourth grade, you are going to be working with value, okay? And value is simply the light to dark range of a color. So it could be black and white would be your color, and it gives you a range from the white to the black, because those are the colors we are using to change the value of one singular color. So in this case, it's like a green-blue color, and you are going from super light to super dark by using white. So it's light on this end because you're going with white. Down here at the bottom, you are using black. So that's where you get your range. As you can see behind me here, we have some different values in the kind of main colors here that we have, like if you had a watercolor set. These are technically just showing the tints of a shade. Tint is when you are adding white to a color. So you can see how it's more soft, more pastel looking. We would say pastel, but these are truly called tints. So adding white to a color versus when you're adding black to a color. So if you even just look at the color wheels on here, how different they are. Okay, when you're creating a shade, you are adding black. Kind of think of shade, shadow. A shadow is dark. And a tint is white. You can kind of think of the I and the T in white as the word for tint as well. So fourth grade, you are going to be choosing which kind of grouping you're going to do. Are you going to be using tints or shades? So what we are going to be doing is choosing that, but then you may use all the colors. So in order to change the colors, we're just going to focus on tints real quick because I have a little fake tray here. So for the tints, you're using a large amount of white plus whatever the color is that you're trying to create that's lighter. So to make pink, a lot of white, a little bit of red. To get gray, which is showing here, this is the outcome. A lot of white, a little bit of black. Light green, you want to achieve that. White, a lot of it. A little bit of green, like a lavender color. Same thing, we got the concept there. Even for this aqua, that's kind of creating a tertiary color there, but if you want it a little bit lighter, you add a lot of white with it. Okay, so this would be an example of tints. As far as a shade would go, you use a good amount of the main color. So you're going to be putting this in your tray, and you'll be mixing the tints as well in your tray. So you have to scoop it out from your main cup, which is at your table here. So you need a good amount of your main color. Just like anything, if you go with too much black at first, it's going to immediately make it really, really dark. Black is such a dark color, you barely want to use any to achieve a little bit of a change. So literally, just a little bit on the tip of the brush there, and you're going to immediately see a change. Mix it thoroughly all the way around. Kind of scoop it up off the edge there. And you're going to continue to use the same tray area, the well, if you're going to try and make now an even darker green. I'd have to clean my brush, add a little bit more black to go to the next level to make it a little bit darker. And you would do the same concept for any of the colors that you want to use. So when you're doing shade, you're just always using black to change the shade. If you're using trying to create tints, you're always using white to change the color. And you're allowed to use any of the colors. But you're primarily just a shade person or a tint person. So just here we have these two examples. And then you can do the same thing for all of the other colors. You always want to go with just a small amount of black White is a little easier to come back from, to make it either lighter or darker. All right, enjoy.